Absurd scenarios are the building blocks to my kind of conceptual thought process behind the work. So obviously heavily influenced by theatre of the absurd, but it's more than just trying to be an absurdist theatre director or somebody that makes absurdist ideas. I use it as a way of developing new concepts. Specifically, objects for me have the potential to act as a philosophical tool. I've always been interested in the idea that something might not be quite as it seems. So an object that we expect to do one thing might do another thing. But that I've moved away from that being quite simply, oh look, that chair's not quite what you expected it to be, to actually making a completely different object, something that you've not necessarily seen before, which might have aspects of something you know within it, but something new. The folded metal specifically is from an idea for making a spring, which kids might do on a Christmas card to make their Christmas tree pop out. It's just a mechanism, it's nothing more elaborate. People do recognise it as that, but when you see it on such a large scale it becomes perhaps fragmented from its origin. You wouldn't necessarily go, oh yeah, I make one of those out of paper. I'm interested in creating the idea of a myth, creating concepts and narratives which I have devised myself. I don't want the audience to be the person that decides the finish to the work. Having said that, I accept that they will come in and have their own ideas about the myth, and that in a sense is part of the work, but they can't be the person that finishes it by using it. They have to take it in visually and finish it in their brains. So much of that finishing for me is the idea that the imagination is separate from physical experience. So what the audience gets is a fragmented idea between reality and real experience. Sorry, reality and fiction. So essentially what I'd like the viewer to walk away from is being bewildered between the space of real experience and fiction. I would say what I do visually is similar to the way poetry functions, but I can't use language, so I use visual.